So my name is Jason Myers. I'm with Kibosh, and since I've got 5 minutes here, I'll try to move through this as quickly as I can. But what Kibosh is parental controls for the internet. Not a new concept by any stretch of the imagination, and everyone probably remembers back in the day when everyone had one PC in the house, in the kitchen, the whole family used it. They probably installed Net Nanny on it to make sure that the internet was safe for the kids. And that worked back then, but as soon as we started getting laptops and phones and tablets and gaming consoles and multiple internet-connected devices in the home, installing software on every individual device became not only unmanageable, but it just became a solution that was ineffective. So what Kibosh is it's a cloud-based filtering solution that allows parents to control what content is consumed on the internet, when that content is consumed, and what devices or what people are able to consume it. And I mentioned that it's cloud-based because, well, that'll become apparent later on. But this solution right now is implemented on a router, a small home and office router. You buy the router, you plug it into your house, and every device connected to the router is protected. It blocks pornography, it blocks XXX content out of the box. No configuration is necessary, and there's no software to install. Back when we started this in 2010, my partner came to me and he had this idea that we could build a home router that blocks adult content, and I thought, well, this is great. Let's get this up and running. And within 2 weeks, we had a prototype, and that prototype used a DNS-based solution called OpenDNS to block the bad sites. So within 2 weeks, we were up, we're ready to go, and then we realized very quickly that that solution was completely broken for 3 reasons. The first reason is that multimedia search started to come into play. Google Images, Google Videos. There's more to filtering than just blocking individual bad sites. The second reason is that sites that most people think are benign, examples are eBay, Craigslist, Backpage, Tumblr. You can find pornography if you dig hard enough on these sites that everyone thinks are safe. So the solution needed to be more complicated, and some other things like SSL added even more complexity. So it was back to the drawing board for 4 more years until last year when we came up with this solution, which filters the images and the videos. It enforces safe search on all of the search engines. So like on Google, when there's the strict, moderate, or no filtering, you can't turn that off. It reverts right back to strict every single time. And then the solution is customizable. So parents can add additional sites to be blocked. They can add additional categories of sites to be blocked, search terms that they don't want used, and they can whitelist sites. So a good example is maybe a parent wants to block the whole entire category of lingerie, but then they realize that they can't go to Sears.com because Sears carries lingerie. So you can unblock that particular site, and pretty soon you start customizing a filter that works perfectly for your particular needs. And it scrubs those sites that I was talking about before that might have content hidden within them. And one of the beauties of the cloud-based solution is that this environment is changing very, very rapidly. And the fact that we've got everything centralized in the cloud means that we can respond to new threats without having to push out updates to all of our customers. We can immediately fix it, and all of our subscribers are immediately fixed. Some further features of the filter is that we can schedule on and off times in your house for the Wi-Fi. So maybe little Johnny gets access till 8, Susie gets it till 10, or someone's completely grounded. You can ban specific devices from Wi-Fi altogether. Yeah, and you can do the same thing with specific sites for specific devices. So you could have one particular kid and just say, fine, no more Facebook, and Facebook is blocked for their phone or their tablet or whatever. And you can create a bypass for specific devices. This was due to popular demand from a lot of the dads who came to us and said, but how do I get around this? And so,
without my wife knowing.
Without my wife, no, right. And yeah, you could get in there and allow Dad's iPad to get through. And also, you do get activity logs of what the users are doing on the internet. So you not only see what sites your kids are going to, but what they're searching for, which can be revealing. It's one of the features our customers like the most right now. So the fact that it's cloud-based, and we are selling a router right now, we're not tied to that platform. The router's not doing the magic. The magic is out in the cloud, on the internet. And what that means is that we can quickly, and we are trying to quickly move to mobile. So we can implement this on phones and tablets. So right now, you're only protected when you're connected to the router at home, but if you take your tablet and go to your friend's house, you're no longer protected. But we do have working Android tablets and phones right now with Kibosh baked into them so that devices are protected no matter where in the world they go. And like I mentioned before, it reduces the need for updates. So where we're at right now, we've got several thousand users, a number of schools that have implemented the solution, and we've got about 1,000 subscribers. We charge right now $100 for the router, and we charge $29.99 a year for the subscription. So we've got about 1,000 people subscribed to it right now. We're selling about 2 a day. We've got 4 servers around the country handling the traffic. But we've got some weaknesses, and one is that we really suck at marketing. Our customers are finding us. I'm not sure how they're finding us. They're searching really hard to find the product, and we're selling a couple units a day. I've taken a couple stabs at taking the reins on the marketing, and I eventually just dumped money down a hole. So that's a problem we're looking to solve. In addition to, we're trying to develop a web app that would allow the administrator to create rules for different devices, modify the blacklist, the whitelist, the categories, and just kind of put a Fisher-Price GUI on some of this stuff and make it easier to access than logging into a router. So, and then finally the mobile is where we're headed next, is to start selling. We're not 100% certain how we're going to approach this strategy, but right now we're thinking that we would actually sell phones and tablets with Kibosh baked into them. So with that, are any questions?
Talked about some of the logging of the searches and some of the criteria like that. Is that stored server side or on the router itself?
It is stored server side.
What do you do if law enforcement wants to get that?
I wish my partner was here to answer that question.
Or your legal department.
Or my legal department. I don't know. And Scott, my partner, has an answer for that, and that's been up for discussion, but I don't really remember what his answer was to that. But it's a good question. We're in the same boat as Google.
Right.
Google has the same information about anybody, so if we got subpoenaed, I don't know.
What do you give for subpoena though?
What's that?
I need a search warrant.
A search warrant, okay. I need you.
Mike's an attorney.
So I'm gonna, looks like I'm gonna need to have a beer with you and get your card, so.
What did you say the router cost?
It's $100, $99.99 for the router, and then and that includes 1 year subscription, and then after a year, it's $29.99 a year. Yeah.
Have you looked at the business model that Covenant Eyes out of Owasso is using?
Yeah. And that's a great company, and I think that they're serving a little bit of a different niche. In fact, I even think it could be used in conjunction with our product. And that Covenant Eyes it's an accountability software, and you've got an accountability partner, and that's a product that is serving the people who are addicted to porn.
Have you reached out to them yet to look at any collaborations with them?
We haven't yet, no, but we've thought about it, that there could be a synergy between the two products. They're a great company. Yeah.
Yes, have you considered using the social networking to market with videos and blog posts and Twitters, and basically reaching out and getting your message out that way?
We've done a little bit of social media, and we've done some advertising campaigns on Facebook, but we have not put together a comprehensive social media marketing campaign yet.
Yeah, buying the Facebook ads don't work.
We got a ton of likes though.
Yeah.
No buys, but there's a lot of likes.
You can, yeah, but setting up a group to the schools, to their pages, and dropping a note there, liking their pages, setting up your own group, and going to groups there that are targeted towards parents.
Yeah,
Would get you where you need to be.
This is a great segue into our next presenter, as a matter of fact. These are all great points. Are there
Thank
more
you.
questions before I?
I just have
Oh,
one
I
more quick one.
apologize. Yeah, then there's two more in
Yeah.
the back,
Are
so we do
you,
have a little.
are you putting thought into, okay, for example, I have 4 teenage daughters, and their most favorite thing in the world is Snapchat.
Uh-huh.
Snapchat has no trackability, it's a picture, it's an image, it comes, it's gone, there's nothing. I don't want to take that away from them because there's some fun things, but it's also been used for that other aspect of teen pornography being spread
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Is there any thought process in your system that's going to anticipate that technology that will continue?
Yeah, right. Well, there is the option, obviously, of blocking it altogether. There's also the ability to spy on it as well. So take your pick.
Can you reopen Snapchats?
What's that?
Reopen Snapchats?
I don't know about reopening Snapchats. That's a good question, but it's certainly because of the control we have over the network. It's certainly a possibility, and it's a good suggestion. But
Question in the back?
Do you have any IP, any intellectual property protections?
we do not. We've thought about patenting the process, but there's a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of different layers to it that would make it, I think, complex to defend. So we've looked at it a little bit. We were going down that road for a while, but we have not patented the product. Yeah.
Jason, do you have a maximum number of devices that can connect to the router? Because what I have found is with multiple devices in the house now streaming like Netflix or Hulu, the device I have now, I run into two issues with it. Have you run into any?
No. In fact, this is a very high-powered router. It's at the top end of what you could buy at Best Buy or. So as far as a home router goes, it's not. Bandwidth through it isn't going to be an issue. We do limit it to 25 devices, just because we want to make a segue into the business market, and we don't want people using the home product in a corporate environment. Although it's handling schools and a couple of small businesses right now, with 50 employees, and there's no issues. Yeah.
Have you thought about licensing it to somebody else who's bigger in the jungle?
Yeah, yes, we've definitely thought about doing that. We've thought about licensing it to other people. We've thought about approaching router manufacturers. We could even approach an ISP. In fact, one company that was doing something similar, and it was, I know everyone says this, but their product was nowhere near what ours was doing. They were just doing DNS filtering. It was called Skydog, and they got bought by Comcast for, I think, $30 million. So an ISP could greatly benefit from this technology because they could offer it as an upsell. Yeah, extra $10 a month, and you can be filtered.
Okay, so I got time for one more question.
Yeah,
Jason, are you familiar with a company called Rise Interactive in Chicago?
I'm not.
Okay, it's digital marketing and using analytics and that type of thing. I wonder if you're fundraising for marketing.
Marketing would be a big one, and like I said, we've sort of taken a fire hose and sprayed it all around and not really gotten any results. We used a Google AdWords company out of Florida and didn't seem to get any results from it. So marketing has been a big struggle. If we can get in front of people, our customers love it, but it's been a struggle to convey the message.
It's like the fastest growing company, or top 10 fastest growing companies.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.